We are at the beautiful new DuPage Court. Chris Howling, our good friend, is here. Chris, you're now working for the city of Elgin, is that right?
That's correct.
What's your title, young man?
Community Events Coordinator.
Oh, he was always a big community man, even way back when. Congratulations. You've got lots of information for us today, do you know?
I sure do. Yeah, so we are going to be talking about our November events, our winter events happening at the city of Elgin, right here in DuPage Court, actually. So we have our holiday tree lighting ceremony that's going to be the center at DuPage Court. It's going to be fully immersed in the magic of the holidays.
Wonderful.
We are revitalizing the event. We're hoping to get a donated tree from a community resident that we're going to light through November all the way until January.
I saw that. You're just like Chicago now. We'll take your tree.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, if you're looking to get rid of it, we will
We'll
take
take
your
your
tree.
tree.
And there's some beautification to it, so we'll make it look pretty. And yeah, it'll be so fun because I think it's our first ever inaugural. So
It is. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking forward to that. And then we also have holiday cheers going on with the Downtown Neighborhood Association from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., as well as our ribbon cutting ceremony for DuPage Court, the newly developed DuPage
When was
Court.
that? What's the date on that exactly?
November 30th.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's beautiful. We're right there right now. If folks haven't seen it, this is glorious.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to serve kind of as a hub for entertainment, leisure activities, just a gathering space for people in the community and otherwise to come and just, enjoy a lot of the restaurants and downtown businesses as well. So
Just a great place to assemble. Isn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely. So just, come on over, get some coffee, get some good eats, and just, mingle with people that you love. So
Were you involved with the wrench in the redoing of this?
actually, I was.
Hey, what'd you do?
We built some of the, pergolas that happened outside of, Al's Cafe and Creamery. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're good
Thank
with a hammer then.
Yeah. Well, don't hire me for any type of contractor work, but for sure, yeah, absolutely.
But you love your new job here at Elgin. You love the city, of course.
I do. I do love the city. Born and raised native. Elgin High School graduate, District U46 graduate. So
That's wonderful.
I love the city of Elgin. It has always been good to me. This is home. So
Wonderful. You were out of town for a while, weren't you?
I was. Yep. So I went
But
away.
you missed us so much.
I missed you so much that I had to just come and work here. Absolutely. Yes.
Well,
So
we're delighted. Anything else we need to know? This great new DuPage Court took a while to do, but it's really full now.
yeah, absolutely. This kind of stems from, our department as well as many other departments. So we just are really fortunate and grateful that we kind of have this extension that allows people to congregate and, just celebrate the beauty that is the city of Elgin and all the things we have here.
Well, they won't
So-
be disappointed with this, will they?
No,
When they see
no,
it?
absolutely not. So, come and, enjoy. It's a lot of fun stuff to do here.
So the winter season with us, but great things will happen here in the summer, of course, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Year round, we have all different types of things, that people can enjoy, and I think the city has grown a lot, and there's a lot of cultural offerings and things that kind of enhance leisure activities and things of that sort. So we're very excited. Yeah.
Again, we're delighted you're now a part of Elgin. You've been so much as a citizen, and now for this, it's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutly. So thank you.
Have you been growing lately? How tall are you now?
6'7".
Wow.
And I can tell everyone that because people always ask me. So 6'7".
I thought I had a new question there.
Yeah.
I remember when you were like 6'2" at least.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep.
Chris Howling, congratulations. Thanks for taking us out here to the beautiful DuPage Court, and we wish you well.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We're at Fire Station number 1, Rob Sagan, our great fire chief. Chief, you're always busy.
I am. Thank you very much for being here today.
We're talking about smoke detectors this time of year. It's November. We're getting close to Christmas, getting the indoor season. That's so important, isn't it?
It is. Smoke detectors, I cannot emphasize the importance of having working smoke detectors in your home. So the rule is nowadays, the rule changed last year in 2023 that all smoke detectors in homes are supposed to be the 10-year sealed battery units. So if you have the old units that you replace the battery every year, you can still have those. It's just you have to maintain those, and we should be changing the batteries every time we change the clocks. Remember that old adage from school? So, but if you are looking to replace yours, you need to make sure you're replacing them with the 10-year sealed battery units. So in 10 years, you take it down and you just throw it away. So it makes it much easier now to maintain them. And you can't take the battery out when you are cooking something and you burn it.
Is that right?
So that's the benefit there. With the smoke detectors, and October is Fire Prevention Month, and we usually do our Fire Prevention Week.
Sure.
We did that.
We saw you.
We did that in September. We did that late September. Yeah. But October is always a good opportunity to talk about smoke detectors and what the importance, especially with Christmas coming, and people putting trees in their homes.
Oh, yeah.
Please make sure you cut the bottom off before you put it in the water, right after you've cut it down, so it sucks up the water, and make sure you have working smoke detectors, because there are videos you can go online that show you what happens when a Christmas tree that's allowed to dry out catches fire. And so the smoke detectors are the number one thing you can do to help your family become aware of a fire that occurs and be able to get out. So I can't emphasize the importance of having those in your home.
Now, here in the month of November, if we come to you, you have a supply at times. So tell the folks about that.
We do. So from time to time, we'll get donations from like Home Depot, for example. Will give us some smoke detectors, and we can provide those out to anybody who wants them. And we usually put a notice out through our social media that says we have detectors available. We also have an ongoing program which allows us to have smoke detectors all the time, and we can you can request a installation through the website, through the City of Elgin Fire Department website. We'll come out, but the catch is that we're required to install them. So we don't have the ability to hand those out, because we get those from the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance. And they require and they want to make sure that if they're donating smoke detectors, that they're actually getting put in. So they require that we come in and install those, which we are happy to do. But so if you request one, we're happy to come out, but we have to put it up.
Well, Grandma would love that. I'm all thumbs. I'd love that. Come on in and
Absolutely.
put it up.
Most people do. Most people are very good with it. We also now have to put them on every floor. So the law requires a smoke detector on every level of your home.
Even like the basements?
Even the basements. And so we'll come in and we'll do all that, but it is important that you have your whole home covered.
All right. Well, we appreciate all the great information. No question about that. You're a busy guy. You've got 133 firefighters you take care of.
135.
5 now. We're going up.
135. We're going up. Yep.
And your coverage is 40 miles in our area.
It's about 36 to 38 square miles. And last year we finished 2023 with just under 15,000 calls, and we're on pace this year to finish 2024 with over 16,000 calls.
Well, congratulations on that. That's such a modern day amazement of your staff.
Well, it's a credit to the staff for the amount of calls that they're running every day, in addition to the fire prevention that we're doing, fire prevention activities we do every day, training we do every day, all those things.
We love your Fire Station 1 here. A lot of traffic goes by. It's a great place, isn't it?
Yes, and it's a very, very busy place. This is our headquarters as well as one of our busiest units.
And how many years you been in charge now?
So I am coming up on my 5th year anniversary.
Whoa. Really?
And my 32nd year with the fire department.
And you love every minute of it, don't you?
I do. I love it.
Anything else for us, Chief?
I'm sorry?
Anything else for us, Chief?
No, I think we're good right now.
All right.
But thank you so much for coming out.
Do you have to install some right now? Do you have to go out and install anything?
We actually have a few that the guys are going to be going out, and we got a few requests over this past week that the guys are going to be installing this week.
So I can say you're always on duty.
Well, 100%, 24/7.
Oh, that. Thank you, Chief. We
You're very
appreciate that.
welcome.
Right here from Fire Station number 1. It is the November edition of our conversation with Mayor David Captain. Mayor, we are outside on a beautiful day.
It's beautiful outside, Jeff, and it's probably a good day to talk about our subject. And we're talking about change and how the world's changing. With us today is Jessica Van Dyke. Works in the sustainability a portion of the city, and we have some projects going on, and I wanted her to come today to talk about the city's climate action plan and the proposal for that. And we'll start out and ask her to define what a climate action plan is.
All right, we'll welcome you as well, but now you're defining, Jessica.
Okay, hi. So a climate action plan is basically a comprehensive plan that goes over actions that the city and citizens can take to reduce our carbon emissions.
All right, Mayor.
And other communities are doing one. I know Kane County's got one. Many other communities are doing. Why do we do so many different ones? Why isn't there just one for everybody?
One universal. Yeah.
So it's important for everybody to have their own climate action plan so that it's like hyper local. So we're making sure that we're taking actions that affect Elgin. But within this, we're also making sure that our plan is inclusive of the other plans in our area. So we're syncing up with City of Chicago's climate action plan and Kane County's as well to make sure that we're having the biggest impact.
Sounds like a team effort.
It is, and that's I think that's the key part. And everybody's working towards the same goal. And we talk a lot about climate, and we talk a lot about change. And just recently, we went through some very terrible storms down in the southern part of the country, and talking about them being climate related and the changes that are going on. And just in anecdotally, I can't remember as many hurricanes coming out of the Gulf of Mexico as we're seeing.
And so consistently, one ends, another comes.
Exactly, and I think those are changes, and the one that went all the way up into North Carolina and hit Asheville, unprecedented amounts of rain, and not just the wind, but the rains. And we start looking at things like that, and we start looking at our own climate. And Dave Captain, just for people that live here, we start talking about when we put tomatoes in and things like that. The growing seasons.
You're good in the garden, aren't you?
I do, and I love the garden. So the growing seasons change. So Jessica, tell us how we start to adapt. What are some of the major things that you think we're going to have to start looking at as a city of Elgin?
So we have 6 key focus areas that we're looking at actions for. So these are commercial energy, so like the energy that comes from businesses, residential energy, so the energy that people are using in their homes, transportation and mobility, so are we driving cars, are we riding bikes, also sequestration and biodiversity, so how much carbon are we able to capture from planting more trees and focusing on native plantings, and then public health and safety.
Wow, so many things to consider now.
There are, and I think that it's, I look at these things, some are money-saving things for people, and I'll just tell people, I share this with people, that I met with executives from Commonwealth Edison earlier this summer, and the gentleman from ComEd told me that expect pretty significant rate increases next year, because the world is changing around us, and one of them is AI and computers, and they're building these huge data centers, and he said they are eating up all the excess power from the power plants. So the supply is going to be exceeded by, going to be overrun by the demand, and that's going to create some issues for us. So there are opportunities here that you can look in, and Jessica maybe can give us a few for people at home. I want to be concerned about our residents primarily. What can they do, and how can some of these things save them money on their electric bill, their heating bill, and now from the city of Elgin, how do we save on a water bill as well?
A lot of detail on that one.
I guess getting back to basics of sustainability, turn off your lights when you leave the room, try not to, turn your water off as you're brushing your teeth. But as far as the climate action plan goes, we're looking at smaller actions, but also big picture actions that the city can take. One of the easiest ways to get involved with the climate action plan is giving us your feedback on, what actions are you already taking in your daily life? What kind of changes have you noticed in Elgin throughout your years of being here? So you can visit the Elgin, Illinois website, elginil.gov/climate action plan, to learn the details of the plan and then provide your feedback. We're going to have different things like mapping activities, different events you can find us at to share that feedback. That's what we're really looking for, is community input.
Jessica makes that easy, because I'm sure you get quizzed all the time. Mayor, what can I do? What should I do?
Sure, people expect that I'm supposed to know everything, but
Don't you?
I go back to what she just said, and some of these things are what your mother told you all the time. Turn the lights off when you leave the room. I don't know how many times she yelled at me about that. So these are things that we're going back to find what they did in the past, and I think that's important. I want people to be able to be, the residents need to participate in this, and I think that's an important part, not just here but everywhere. And it's you got a lot of people living in this town, and a lot of little things go on in people's homes that can make a difference and make a difference in their life. Jessica, when we're looking at industries and businesses, how do we look at size? Are there things that we need to look as a city when we do future planning? Things that we can ask businesses and home builders to do for us that will help us in the long run?
Specifically, we are definitely trying to engage businesses. So we've been working with the Economic Development Group in Elgin, where a lot of businesses, and from what I've seen, they usually already are getting these sustainability questions. They have their own plans in place for reducing energy and things. I think for the climate action plan, it's important to know what piece everybody is doing so that everybody's kind of synced up. So sharing those stories of what are you guys doing, what's working for you, and getting that collaboration, because a lot of them are already doing stuff.
Jessica's young, so she sees things that we didn't notice currently, doesn't she?
Absolutely, and I think some of the things that I read, and you have, I look at it from a a political side. I look at it from an environmental side because I've been an environmentalist for a long time. And when I look at it from the political side, you try to ask people to volunteer to help originally, but then you can start, people always say, well, why don't we make a law? Why don't we make a rule? And I said, that's easier said than done. And once you start to push people and tell them that you have to do this, then their heels start to dig in. So I think we have to get the cooperation, and people will come to the realization that in the long run, it's the best for your family and your children, that we look at climate change as something real. And how do we as a city address it? We've started to do little bits and pieces. We have electrical charging stations for some of our vehicles.
And many more to come.
And many more to come. We're purchasing more electric vehicles to kind of get our toe in the water with this before we convert over. And I always say it's easier if your furnace is on the way out, then it might be time to look at an upgrade to something that's a little bit more efficient. But we need there's a lot of help here, and through our Sustainability Commission, through Jessica and Kristen, we have some changes that are going to come, and I think they're good. But I think it's all about conversation, and we'll be having those on and off again for the next few years, I'm sure.
And Jessica, to get a hold of you, the average folk, how would they do that?
You can reach me through email, jessica.vandyke@elginil.gov. It's also listed on the city website. And we're looking to do focus groups and informational sessions with anybody interested, because we're trying to get as much community feedback as possible. So please
No
reach
doubt
out.
you'll get some good feedback, won't you?
Hopefully.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Good feedback from the mayor and company.
Yeah, and I think that, there's a lot of help out there, and Commonwealth Edison offers grants and rebates and things like that. And Jessica, I don't know how much you work with the local rebates and for people and grants for the city, but tell us about what your job is as far as that. How do you look to help find funding for people and help find funding for the city?
So speaking of rebates, two of the big projects that we have going on through the Sustainability Commission and also through the City of Elgin, we have a zero emissions yard equipment rebate. So citizens can get $50 back when they purchase a electric lawnmower, leaf blower, anything,
Great.
yard equipment. And then we also have a Elgin Sustainable Community Grant. We're giving $1,500 for projects that focus on sustainability in Elgin with a community education piece.
And those mowers are great in the modern day. A lot of folks have them, don't they? Mm-hmm. They really clean up the air, don't they?
They do. The Captain family has one of each.
But you use the modern one, don't you?
We use both of them.
All right.
And we have a pretty big yard, and I mow the back with the
right?
the gas mower, and I'll keep doing that till that doesn't work anymore, and then I'll come and get the $50 grant back from the city.
I guess we can take a 50-50 on that, with modern and old. At the
That's
same time.
exactly, and I think it's just about. And I tell people, I try to explain that, they work, they do just a great job. We charge the battery, cuts our front lawn, works out very well for us.
Yeah.
And I think people are just, a little skeptical, just like the electric vehicles.
Sure.
A little slow moving in. We also have a Chevy Volt. We have two cars, one gas one, but I drive them till they don't go anymore. So
He's the man of the future and past. I like it.
Yeah, and but I think we're seeing the changes, and I think people are starting to accept them more. We're finding a happy ground for everybody with electric vehicles and electric equipment. So I think that's a good way to go. But again, now we got to be concerned about our supply, and on a bigger picture, how do we provide the power for Northern Illinois? And it's going to go back to Jessica can talk a little bit about this too. We're going to look at solar farms. We're looking at wind turbines and things like that as a switchover.
We're almost down to about 30 seconds, so if you have a thought, I'll take it.
I encourage everybody to go to our Climate Action Plan website, see different ways that you can get involved there, and share your thoughts on climate.
Let's get everybody involved. That's the key, isn't it?
Absolutely. Get everybody thinking about it. That's the start.
All right. Do you have any more mowing for this year?
Oh yeah. Oh sure. I'll be mowing up until the
backyard?
snow flies. Yeah.
All right, Jessica, delightful to see you and hear you.
Thank you, yeah.
Congratulations, you've only been here 6 months.
Yeah,
And you love it, don't you?
love it.
All right, Mayor, final
And
thoughts?
congratulations, Jessica. We look forward to working with you.
That's going to be our November segment coming our way with Jessica and Mayor Captain.
Estamos aquí hoy en sí, lo que es el central de los bomberos, donde realmente esta es tu casita, ¿no?
Sí, esa es mi casa.
Tenemos, desde aquí vas a estar cada rato.
No, usualmente estoy en la estación 5, pero nos están moviendo según lo que ocupen. Y ahorita me pusieron en la 2, entonces...
Vas brincando del lugar.
Sí, donde me pongan.
Tenemos el bombero López con nosotros en sí. Ya tienes rato aquí en sí de bombero, ¿no?
Sí, 3 años y medio tengo aquí con Elgin trabajando.
Ya tienes rato. ¿Cómo te ha ido? ¿Cómo ha sido en sí tu carrera? ¿Es lo que te imaginabas?
Oh, claro, mejor que lo que me imaginaba. Es mucho mejor con la comunidad y todo eso, ayudar a la gente, me encanta eso y... Pues sí, es algo que es muy satisfactorio para nosotros.
Ser bombero y ser paramédico, dime qué cosas es lo que sobresale para ti en tu carrera.
Pues como dije, ayudar a la gente. Todos los días es algo diferente, vemos cosas que mucha gente normal no ve, entonces me encanta eso y es algo diferente.
¿Y no te pones nervioso como que, ay, chini, ¿ahora qué hacemos, no?
No, pues para eso entrenamos, para estar capacitados para hacer lo que...
Y la adrenalina cada rato la has de tener así al top, ¿no?
No, pues ya se acostumbra uno y
Mira.
después de 3 años y medio se acostumbra, no, aunque a veces hay cosas que te tocan que dices tú, oh, eso sí es
Pesadísimo.
algo diferente, sí.
Pues más que nada queremos agradecerte porque en sí ustedes ayudan mucho a nuestra comunidad para que estemos seguros y realmente hay tantas cosas que a veces no tomamos en cuenta en sí como el carbón monóxido, que eso nos puede afectar y a veces personas ni siquiera se dan cuenta, ¿no?
Sí, el monóxido de carbono es muy peligroso, que la gente no se anticipa en eso, no revisa sus alarmas como deben de ser, no cambian las baterías como deben de ser y no toman la precaución adecuada y eso te puede causar muchos problemas en el futuro, especialmente si lo estás inhalando constantemente.
Y ustedes ayudan con los detectores y creo que es algo muy importante que la comunidad quizás no sepan. Dinos un poquito de lo que es en sí para cambiar los detectores, que ustedes ayudan, ¿cómo apoyan?
Pues sí, nosotros promovemos los detectores de humo, entonces cada 6 meses o cada vez que uno cambia el reloj, que atrasa la hora o la adelanta, tenemos que cambiar las baterías. Pero ya desde enero del 2023 cambiaron la ley de que los detectores de humo que son más viejos de 10 años tienen que cambiarlos si están, al menos que tengan baterías. Si son baterías pueden cambiarlos regularmente cada 6 meses, si no tienen que reemplazarlos. ¿Okay? Y nosotros también tenemos en nuestra página de internet, que pueden ir a la ciudad de Elgin, hay un formulario que pueden llenar y pueden requerir unos, o sea, pedir unos para
Hacer un pedido y realmente llenan el formulario ustedes bien y van a la casa a instalarlo.
Sí, ellos requieren, nosotros vamos a su casa y nosotros mismos tenemos que instalarlos y tenemos que instalar uno en cada piso que tengan, ¿ok? Pero también pueden venir aquí a la estación si no pueden tener
hacerlo en línea.
internet, sí, pueden venir aquí a la estación 1 en Elgin y pueden venir y hablar con el chief o las secretarias para pedir
el detector.
Sí, detectores de alarma.
¿Y dónde importa dónde viven? ¿Tienen que ser residentes de Elgin? ¿Importa de dónde vengan?
Pues sí, tienen que ser residentes de Elgin, pero no importa en qué lugar de Elgin vivan. Simplemente vengan aquí a la estación 1 y aquí pueden pedir sus alarmas, detectores de alarma.
¿Y hay algún costo?
No, no hay costo, todo es gratuito y nosotros estamos apoyando eso también. También con los días festivos que vienen, como es el Día de Dar Gracias, la Navidad, tienen que tener mucha precaución en eso, especialmente cuando hay mucha gente que fríe su pavo.
Es que tenemos que freír el pavo, está rico y así como no.
Está delicioso el pavo frío, pero que no lo frían dentro de la casa.
Pero es que si está frío, dices tú, ay, acá adentro, ¿no? ¿No recomiendas?
No recomiendo precauciones porque si no la gente se puede incendiar, como el pavo está frío y luego lo ponen en el aceite caliente, se puede incendiar y la casa puede incendiarse. También con los árboles de Navidad, si son árboles de Navidad naturales, tienen que regarlos constantemente y si son artificiales, tienen que ver el manual para ver cómo se conectan, qué tipo de voltaje usan y cómo se pueden instalar mejor.
Y son cosas que a veces ni siquiera tomamos en cuenta, a veces podemos estar haciendo cosas que realmente sentimos normal porque nunca ha pasado nada, pero son sí, cosas que debemos de tomar en cuenta para tratar de estar saludables, que nadie tenga un accidente ni nada de eso. ¿Realmente algo más que tú sugieras?
Pues claro, siempre lo que digo yo es prevenir es mejor que
lamentar.
Pues sí, que lamentar, prevenir que es mejor que lamentar, porque si causa un incendio, usualmente la gente nunca reacciona hasta que pasa algo malo, entonces hay que prevenir antes para evitar esos problemas, esos accidentes que pasan usualmente, especialmente los días festivos.
Entonces, muchas gracias porque realmente es importante que traten de tomar en cuenta. Felicidades en todo lo que estás haciendo. También hay mujeres que escuché que están entrando de ser bomberas.
Oh, sí, usualmente ya tenemos 8 mujeres en nuestro departamento, antes nada más había 1 o 2, entonces ya son 8 y la ciudad de Elgin nos proveyó dinero para poder instalar baños privados para ellas, acomodarlas en sus camillas privadas para ellas, baños privados y vestuarios también para que se sientan cómodas alrededor de nosotros aquí.
Y es que la verdad es una motivación gracias a en sí los bomberos, porque siempre es un riesgo lo que ustedes están tomando a cada rato para ser paramédico, bomberos, siempre es un riesgo. Es que muchas gracias por todo lo que están haciendo. Si tienen alguna pregunta, pueden comunicarse con los bomberos aquí.
Claro que sí, cualquier forma pueden hablar a cualquier estación, aquí estamos para servirles y usualmente pues, que les vaya bien.
Asegurar que estemos saludables. Hasta pronto. Adiós.
Vamos a tener el árbol aquí en el centro.
Cada año normalmente lo hacen en el
En el Festival Park, sí, como DuPage Court está nuevo este año, lo vamos a hacer aquí en el centro de Elgin, downtown.
Sí, a estrenar nuevamente la plaza.
Yeah,
Se van a poner la inauguración que es para que sí empecemos a decir que
Sí,
vamos a...
bueno, sí,
la gran
temprano es
apertura,
cortar
apertura.
Ajá, ándale, eso va a
Sí.
ser temprano en la mañana y después del de DNA van a tener su annual...
La organización de los negocios de aquí del centro.
del downtown,
Sí.
ajá, van a tener su annual holiday cheers, hacen como el coco crawl.
Sí, es que le vienen y agarran chocolatitos, se brincan de lugar en lugar para que aseguren que vengan, porque la verdad es bonito, ¿no? Vienen y toman su chocolatito así cuando tienen frío y andan yendo a diferentes negocios, ¿no?
Sí, los small businesses aquí
Sí,
en
negocios
downtown.
pequeños para así apoyarlos también. El
Sí.
alcalde va a venir y va en sí a presentar y también quién más viene.
Santa Claus.
¡El Santa
viene
Claus va a llegar!
visitar,
¿Y quién
ajá,
viene?
Y viene en
Viene.
el fire truck, en la troca
Bomberos.
con los bomberos.
Ah,
ándale.
sí. Y una de las actividades que van a tener es para los niños también música, no puede
Sí, va
faltar
a
la
haber
música.
mucha música, todo va a ser gratis para las familias. Para
¿Tiene que registrarse o algo?
No, nada de eso.
Nomás vienen
lleguen
todos.
a las 5.
Y pueden venir así, disfrutar toda una tarde con familia, llegar, tomar, ir a visitar los diferentes negocios y aparte van a tener cosas para comprar, ¿no? Porque tienes que asegurar que empieces ya la lista para comprar los
Yes,
regalos porque se
ajá.
acerca y así es una buena oportunidad. Es que no se pierdan en sí que va a llegar Santa Claus en sí con la troca de bomberos, es que no se la pierdan, aquí los esperamos. ¿Qué día? ¿El 30 de
El
noviembre?
30 de noviembre a las 5.
A las 5, lleguen tempranito para que no se les vaya a pasar ahí el bombero con el Santa Claus. So, les
Sí.
esperamos pronto. Hasta luego.
Muchas gracias.